Hello to our like 3 viewers that we're probably going to get on this video. I'm Josh.
And I'm Matt.
And this is the kickoff to our channel. It's just going to be a complete collection video, or I guess semi-complete collection video of all the Star Wars sets that we have. So yeah, let's get into it.
Alright, so first off we're going to start with our sequel trilogy sets. So first off in the front we have the First Order Special Forces TIE Fighter, and in the cockpit you can fit 2 pilots, and it is complete with spring-loaded shooters. And other than that, it's a pretty good playset. And then over here we have the what is this called?
I think it's a Crab Walker, First Order Crab Walker.
Crab Walker. This actually didn't even it wasn't even shown in the movie, but they added it as a Lego set for some reason. I don't know. Has this feature so it can actually like look like it's walking, which is pretty cool. Over here we have Kylo Ren's TIE Fighter, which is a very well detailed set. In the cockpit you can fit Kylo Ren in there, and it has some hidden spring-loaded shooters. So it's a pretty cool set. And then over here we have the actually 2 of Kylo Ren shuttles. This one is a custom build that me and Josh made, and then the other one is the one that Lego came out with.
Yeah, we just did the custom one because we thought that the other one sucked. And
Yeah,
didn't look
pretty
anything
much
like the real one.
Yeah, but this one, the wings actually go out in a V, and the color scheme is much more accurate.
And then we did try to submit it into Lego Ideas, right?
Lego Ideas, yeah.
But it didn't get accepted. I think it's a good build, though.
And then we have Poe's X-Wing over here, and the wings can open up right like that on the top, and Poe can fit in the pilot seat right there. Another pretty cool X-Wing. And then over here, what's this one called, Josh?
The First Order Transport, I think.
Yeah. This one, you can fit a lot of figures in there. You got Captain Phasma, which is a really cool figure.
It's kind of disappointing that they didn't make her in chrome, even for any of the Lego sets.
Yeah,
but, you know.
that's true. But
and then also in the back, you can, like up on that top pod thing, you can actually fit a pilot in there. It's kind of weird, but
yeah, it's a little bit small of a fit, but it works.
It looks cool.
And then you got spring-loaded shooters, which pretty much all the new ships come with. And over here, our last one, we have the UCS BB-8, which it's pretty cool. It goes really well with the R2-D2 build, which, I mean, we don't have, but yeah, and then this little feature, you can turn it and he does a little thumbs up. It's pretty cool. And then you can move the head by twisting this knob on the side, which is pretty cool. And that's gonna be it with our sequel trilogy sets, and let's move on to the next batch of Lego sets.
Alright, so the next segment of this video, we're just going to be looking at our prequel trilogy sets. So to start it off, we have the Jedi Starfighter Speeder, along with Zam Speeder. These are the second oldest set in our collection. They're kind of cool. There's not too much going on with them, but on the back of Zam Speeder, I guess this is when she was crash landing. You can just like release these. Not too much going on. And then the next part is we have the Jedi Interceptors from Episode 3. You can open up the cockpits on both of these. This is Anakin's from when he went to Mustafar. The only other thing is you just have a spot for the astromech droids. Okay, so here's Obi-Wan's. This one's in like a maroon red. But other than that, it's exactly the same. So the next thing is we have a Clone Wars era AT-RT, which I just don't like how big these things are compared to the minifigs, but they're pretty cool. Other than that, not too much. And then we have the Sith Infiltrator from Episode 1. If you open up the back, you can put Darth Maul in the cockpit, and then you can open up the front here, and it has his probe droids along with his speeder. The probe droids and the speeder are pretty simple builds. This is the speeder. Then the probe droids are just like a black Lego minifigure head with a black lever on. The next thing is the Republic gunship. This is my favorite set that we have from the prequel trilogy. It comes with how many minifigures? I think two.
It's like 6 minifigs, something like that.
But they come with the newer molded Stormtrooper helmets, which I like a lot more. They're pretty cool. They have flick fire missiles up on the top. They don't work too well, but they look cool. They also have the rotating bubble cannons. And then on the sides, you have the bubble turrets, along with on the wings, you have them. It's a pretty cool set. It can fit 2 pilots in here, and I think it can hold a bunch in the main cargo area, along with 2 right here, and then 2 in the bubble cannons, and 2 in the cockpit. So overall, this is a really solid build. The next thing we'll look at is the Darth Tyrannus's or Count Dooku's Solar Sailor. You can open up the wings to make it fly like this, which is kind of pointless, but I mean, it looks kind of cool. You can fit a droid in the cockpit area, and then his speeder comes out the back. I'm not going to take it out, but you just separate these, and then it comes right out. The next thing is the Wookiee gunship. I don't know if this was actually featured in Episode 3, or if this was a Clone Wars thing.
I think it was from Star Wars Rebels, the TV show.
Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty cool set, though. I haven't personally watched Star Wars Rebels. I think it looks kind of dumb, but it can fit 2 pilots. It has these, like, rotating stud shooters, which are kind of cool. And then it looks like 3 guns, 1 on top and 2 near the front of the ship. And you can open the hatch in the side, and it looks like there's just a little crate, but that's it. The next thing is the MTT from, this is the Trade Federation version from Episode 1. You can open up the sides. On this side, there's like a little maintenance droid. And then on the other side, it has like a gun rack that holds 6 guns. You can open up the top here and reveal the pilot. The hatch opens up on the other side too. It's just a blue commander droid. And then if you twist this knob on the side, it reveals the droid deployment rack. This one comes with a lot less than the previous version, but it's still a pretty cool set. This comes with 6 battle droids. I'm pretty sure the other one came with around 12 to 16. I'm not sure exactly what the number is, but overall a pretty cool set. It's a disappointment compared to the one that came before it. Then we have the Geonosian Cannon. I don't know if this was a set by itself or if it came with something else, but it has how many Geonosian?
Comes with 3, I think.
And then 2 clone troopers, something like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple. Doesn't have much going on. It has 2 flick fire missiles at the bottom, but other than that, that's it. Then we have the ATTE. This is personally my favorite version of this set that they built. It comes with a bunch of different clone troopers. The front can open up, and you can put the pilot in there. These are once again the better clone trooper molds for the helmets. You can open up the back here and fit a decent amount of people. It's got a decent cargo hold. All the legs are posable. They can't lock in place, but you can move them around. And then it comes with 6 of these bubble turrets, which are one of the coolest designs for guns that came out of the Star Wars series. And then if you open up this top hatch, you have replacement flick-fire missiles for the top turret. And this can swivel 360 degrees. And on top of that, the clone dropship that was released, I think it was
2008, I think.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So that came with a feature where you could drop, I don't remember exactly what the walker was called, but if you remove the top turret from here and move the handle, I think 2 pegs down, you could actually attach this to the dropship, which is a really cool thing that people figured out how to do. So overall, I love this set. It's a really cool walker. The next 2 things we're going to look at are the pod racers from episode 1. This set came with Sebulba's pod racer along with Anakin's pod racer. So both of these are pretty similar, but you can remove the base from both of them, and I guess this is a play feature for kids just to race them around. You can remove the stands, but it's not super stable, and you can't pick it up like by one of the parts. You have to lift the entire thing up. Overall, solid build. Sebulba's is very similar, it's just a lot bigger. Once again, you can remove the base and take the stand off. I like the use of these power miners, like orange, like spiky tire things, but this is a very similar pod racer to Anakin's, similar building techniques. And then the last set we're going to look at is the Gungan sub from the Phantom Menace. This is a really cool and rare-ish set. So first off, we have the sub. You can remove this back segment, and you can put a, I think it's an escape pod, but you can put a pilot in there. And the front cockpit comes with, you can fit 3 minifigs in there. Then on either side, these hold the Jedi's lightsabers, and then their capes are in here too. There's not too many play features of this thing, but it's kind of cool. And then the last thing I'm going to look at is the Queen Amidala figure. This is a really rare figure. I think it goes for around $100 on eBay. This is the only set this was, this minifigure was in, and yeah, it's a pretty cool minifigure. But that will conclude the prequel section of this video.
Alright, so here's our original trilogy collection. So I'm just going to start off with the A-Wing right here, probably the smallest one that we have. This one, I think it came with Admiral Akbar also. But yeah, you can fit a pilot in the cockpit right there, and in the back here you can pop this off, and I guess you can like store some tools in there or something. And then you have 2 flick-fire missiles on either side, which are pretty good. This was before they had the spring-loaded shooters. And then you have a little stand here so that you can flip up right there. Yeah, it's a pretty good, accurate set. And next up we have the U-Wing, and this was from Rogue One, but I just decided to throw it in with the original trilogy sets. The wings fold out like this, just pop them off and they lock right back in, and then you can fly it around. I personally think it looks better in the closed position. And then right here there's a little feature, you push up on these and then it cracks the cockpit open a little bit, and you have the pilot in there. And then in the bottom you have these 2 hatches that open up just like so, and you can fit all your figures in there. And yeah, it's a pretty solid set. Next up we have the Imperial Shuttle Tydirium. This one came out in 2013 or 2014, I believe. Maybe it was 2015. I'll have to check on that. But the wings do fold down. The cockpit opens up like this, and you can fit 2 people in there. It's a little bit of a squeeze, but it's possible. And the sides open up just like this, and you can fit your rebel troopers in there. And the other side also opens up. You have some cargo in there and some space for the spring-loaded shooters. And you have some turrets in the front. And you have these trans blue pieces in the back for the engines. That looks very accurate. And yeah, that's it for the Imperial shuttle. Next up, we have the TIE Striker. This was also from Rogue One. The cockpit opens up in the front and in the top, and you have some nice printed pieces. This one was actually a sticker, but this one in the back is printed as well as the front. You can open these up and you can fit 1 pilot in there, and then in the back this opens up and you can fit some guns and some other equipment in there. And you do have some spring-loaded shooters in here also, and the wings open up and down with this little mechanism right here, so you can keep them down when it's landed, and you can put them up when it's flying, just like that. And both my spring-loaded shooters just went off, but that's alright. Next up, we have the Imperial Star Destroyer, and this one has a very nice carrying handle, so you can play with it, you know, fly it around. This one is really cool. It comes off in 2 sections. So the top section slides off right like that. It just locks into place, and then you fold these 2 pieces down, and you have lots of room for an interior. You have Darth Vader there, all the Imperial troopers there, and in the back, right here, you have storage for your spring-loaded shooters, and the engines look very nice. And these just fold right back up. Overall, a very nice compact set. Next up, we have the newest rendition of the X-Wing Starfighter, which looks very accurate. I love this set. The little stand in the front folds up. You have space for 1 pilot in there, and you have your space for R2-D2, and you can even make this set the Red 5 X-Wing or the Red 3 X-Wing. They give you choices with the sticker options, and the greatest feature of this set, if you move this little bit forward, the wings spread apart when it's in attack position, and there's this little knob at the bottom, and so if you like drop it down or something just like that, it just folds right back up. So it's definitely a different way to achieve that. And one of my spring-loaded shooters just fell out again. Back that back in there. And then in the back, you have lots of nice greebling in the back here, and the engines do look very nice. And I'm glad they have the white rubber bands on Poe's X-Wing. I think they have blue rubber bands, which does not look very good. But this definitely is a very accurate set. Definitely the most accurate X-Wing they've made so far. Next up, we have the original X-Wing from 1999. This one, it was alright for the year it came out. Definitely the color scheme was very, very off from the white that they use now. The cockpit opens and you can fit your Luke Skywalker figure in there. Comes with R2-D2 as well. Here you can lift this up and you can store Luke's lightsaber in there or whatever you want. And then this back little section also opens up and you can store some other things in there. And you have to fold the wings out manually in this set. There's no mechanism. That looks about right. Yeah, you can fly it around. Definitely a good set for the time period that it came out, but definitely not for today's standards. And it even comes with a little, what do you call it, like a fuel tank, little speeder thing, which is very nice. Next up we have the newest TIE Fighter, and this is definitely very accurate. This was from Solo, I believe, and I just love this set. It's very playable. The wings aren't coming off. It's definitely very sturdy. You can just feel it when you're holding it. The cockpit opens up like this. You can fit one pilot in there. Other than that, not too many other features. You do have spring-loaded shooters again. Yeah, that's it for the TIE Fighter. And next up, we're gonna bring in the UCS Slave 1, which is the second best UCS set in my opinion. I absolutely love this set, but sadly the Millennium Falcon is definitely my favorite, but this is a close second. The cockpit comes off just like that, and you have your Boba Fett minifigure in there, and you can rotate this however you like. You do have storage for his guns there on the sides, and we can just close that right back up. And on the sides, you can open these little compartments, and they have missiles in there. And the other side, the missiles are a little bit different. There you go. And you can just slide those right back in there. And the only downside with this set is that the side plating is a little loose. You can kind of move it around a little bit. But other than that, this set is so accurate. It's spot on. And the stand that comes with it is also very nice. It just fits in these two little pegs right here. And then it holds up your Slave 1. And it also has some little landing gear. You can't really see them, but if you want to have it in the landing position, you can. And these turrets also rotate together, the twin ion cannons. And then in the bottom here, it's kind of hard to see, but you can open this little compartment and you can store your Han Solo and Carbonite, which is very nice. And if you happen to get him lost in there, in the bottom there's this little hatch that you can open up, and then he can come right through there, which is also very nice. And that's it for the Slave 1. Next up, we're going to bring over Darth Vader's castle, which was briefly shown in Rogue One. And you have the little lava detailing right there coming out. And this set, it just looks so amazing. I couldn't believe it when they first released the pictures for it. It was just too good to be true, but they actually made it, and this is an awesome set. In the back here you have four stories, I guess. In the top you have this little like meeting area, I guess. And it comes with this new clone trooper, or well, technically it's a stormtrooper at this time. And then there's a little turret up here that he can fire. And then right here we have Darth Vader's meditation chamber, and you have Darth Vader right here with the new soft cape. I love these, so your capes don't get wrinkled, which is very nice. And then in this floor we have 2 guards and Darth Vader's Bacta-Tank, which I love Bacta-Tank Vader. He looks so cool. Just to look at him, I love this figure. It's so accurate. But yeah, you can just close that right back up, and then it just fits right here on 4 little studs. And then also in the side, there's a little hidden door that you can open, and you can have Darth Vader walk out there, and the stairs go all the way down. In the side, also right here, you have a little charging bay for the mouse droid there, and then you have some storage for the stud shooters right there. And then in the very bottom, that's just a hanger for the miniature TIE fighter right here. And you can open that up and you can fit a minifigure in there. It's a little bit tight, but it's fine. And in the back you can store, I guess, Darth Vader's lightsaber. But yeah, this is definitely a very sleek look for the miniature TIE fighter, or TIE Advanced, I guess. Yeah, but you can just slide that right in there into its hanger. And then on this other side here, I don't even know what this is supposed to be. I guess some like sacred ancient Sith Lord thing. I don't know. But yeah, you can open this up and there's a lightsaber in there. I guess that's a Kyber crystal, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, that's it for Darth Vader's castle. And next up we have our AT-ST from Rogue One. Yep. And in the back here, there's a very nice feature where you twist this and it rotates the head, which is very nice. Yeah. And then you can also, so a little bit of posability in the legs, right there, like that. You can't really get it to walk, look like it's walking too well, but at least they have that movable feature in there. And in the top, you can open it up and fit your pilot in there. Very, very nice sticker detailing in there for the control panel there. And yeah, this AT-ST is definitely the most accurate. It just looks so good. It might be a little bit too big, but it works. Definitely a very awesome set. And next up, we have the UCS Y-Wing. This set was so fun to build. I love building this set. Just so much greebling going on there. On the top there, got your 2 engine pods here. And then you have space for your droid in here. And then right here, if you put your finger in here, and you can just twist the cannon right here, and then you can open up the cockpit, and you even have the little visor that the pilots use to, you know, look ahead at nearby ships and whatnot. Definitely very good detailing on the cockpit. And you have lots of stickers here to finish off the detailing of the cockpit. And then underneath, there's even some detailing there. There's not a bad side of this set, not a bad angle to look at it. In the back, you got these little detailing things right here. They kind of tend to fall off a little bit, but I mean, they sacrifice that for looks, which this set just looks amazing. I love this set. And then the stand, you can just you can either have the Y-wing standing straight up, or you can have it tilted at an angle like that, and it just fits right in this little square section at the bottom, and then you can just have it on display. And that's it for the Y-wing. And we're gonna bring in the Death Star next, second to last set. This set came out in 2008, and I got it as a Christmas present. And when I was younger, this was the absolute best set you could get. I absolutely loved building this set and playing with it. But now, as I've gotten older, you know, it's just, I don't know, it just gets dusty. I don't really play with my Legos a lot anymore. And I mean, it was a great set at the time. I mean, I still love this set, but it's just, it's more of a play set, and you know, I just don't really play with my Legos all that much anymore. But it's definitely an awesome set. I definitely recommend it. It's even got an elevator up here, and you can rotate the huge laser beam that destroys planets. And then you've got a whole bunch of minifigures that are like super awesome. And the newest version that came out just a couple of years ago, it just like updated figures and like some different pieces were used, and it's $500 now instead of the $400 that I got it for. I don't know. I was glad to get this at the time. When it was only $400, but now paying $500 for a Death Star is kind of insane. But I love this set. It's still great. And last but not least, we have the UCS Millennium Falcon. This set is the mother of all Lego sets. You just can't top it. $800 for this hunk of junk, but it's truly amazing. This top portion opens up, and not too much detail. You can fit a pilot in there, and then the turrets on the top, they do rotate 360 degrees, just like so. And then the cockpit does open. It's kind of hard to get it off, but once you do, it's and then you have your four crew members. You got Han, Leia, C-3PO, and Chewie from the original trilogy. And then you can just slide that back on, and it connects in on the top, the sides, and the bottom. So it's very secure fitting on there. And I love the new printed pieces. I believe those are they're new pieces that they added. They're bigger than the ones that they used for the play scale Millennium Falcons. But yeah, I love the printed glass pieces instead of the brick built one from the last UCS Falcon. Definitely looks very awesome. And then you just have so much greebling going on here. It's just insane. It took me about a week or two to build this set, but yeah, it's just massive. And all these plates on the top are just like, they're so loose, you can just pop them right off. And in the instruction manual, it actually shows you how to properly pick up the Falcon. You have to reach under with both hands and pick it up like this. Otherwise, if you just grab it from the top, all the panels will just fall off like that. But like a good example of that is this front panel right here. It's just held in by this little Technic thing, and you can just slide it right off. And then down here, there's a little ramp that you can fold down. which is very nice. I'm glad they included that, but I kind of wish they would have added like an interior space right here so that you could have your figures walk up and then there's just an interior right there. But they did in fact add an interior to this set. If you pull out these two pieces and these two pieces right here, you have two full interiors. But yeah, that is going to be it for our original trilogy sets.
Okay, so for the last part of this video, I just wanted to show you guys this massive AT-AT walker that we've been working on for about 6 months now. It's taken about 80 something hours total. It's some ridiculous number like that. And also, I don't care if you think it's called an AT-AT because it's not. Lucasfilm confirmed that. But anyway, here's a size comparison between the Lego model and ours. As you can see, it's at least like twice the size. But anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Since we're just getting started here, we'd really appreciate it if you'd share this with some people. And whoever stuck this entire thing out, we really appreciate you watching. But anyway, see you in the next vid.